If you are anything like the people that I spend a lot of time around, you are amazing at your job. But when it comes to building your own business and seeing consistency, you know that something is missing. And you're like, how can I get these results for every other person, but I can't get them for myself? If that's your problem, stick around. We're going to dive into why that's the case and also explain why you're not alone in this. Let's do it. I work with a lot of really super talented business people, and they're all really good at what they do. But when they come to me, they're usually like, Kristin, I have these roller coaster months. I am not seeing the influence or impact that I want. My revenue is all over the place. And I help other people. This is what they're saying to me, right? Like that they help other people get amazing results in their businesses. They help them understand who their client avatar is. They help them understand how to sell without feeling sleazy or skeezy. They help direct people to the personality that they will work with best and communicate using the words that that person wants to hear. All of these awesome, epic skills that I wish I had all of them. I don't have all of them. I am really great at writing. I understand offer creation, and I put those two powers together with personal storytelling to create amazing offers for my clients. And they come to me and they're like, why is it that I can get these results for everyone but me? And they're frustrated, and I get it. I understand. Because even for my own business, when I'm developing something new, I take it to another person. Because when we are inside of our own businesses, even though we know in theory what we should do to change things, even though we know X plus Y equals whatever other letter, right, that we want, it is very difficult to be objective about our own businesses. It is even more difficult to write about our own businesses. And that is why I even have a job. That's why I have a whole business, because it doesn't matter how amazing you are at your skill set. And a lot of us out there, we're working with businesses. We're B2B. We're businesses working with other businesses. And so we're like, well, why can't I do what I just did for them? I helped them get $1 million in revenue. Why can't I do that for myself? And it's a universal thing. We're all experiencing it together in a real time. So what I want to say to you is, you need grace for yourself, first of all, because I know a lot of us will get in this mode of, well, I should have known how. It's not your job to know how when it comes to your own business. Yes, there are things that you're great at. There are skills you can contribute to your own business for sure. But building out your messaging, knowing how to talk to your ideal client, maybe even knowing who your ideal client is, you need help for that. You're not going to be able to do it on your own. And so when you get so frustrated at other people who are going to go out there and learn to do what, well, they say they're going to learn to do what you do so they don't have to pay you, guess what? That happens to me all the time. People are like, I'll just go to copywriting school. And I'm like, okay, how does it go for your clients when they do that? When they figure out what your skill is and they're like, I'll just go learn it myself. Do they get the results that you could help them get? No, of course not. Just like when people tell me, oh, Kristin, I'm going to sign up for a $500 copywriting school. I'm like, okay, cool. You can absolutely do that. In fact, I'm coming out with a program like that for business owners. That's Copywriting 101. So that they can write small pieces of copy, so that they can understand what copy does. But if they take that class, well, it's going to be $437. So if they take that class, are they going to be able to write copy as well as I can? No. Are they going to be able to get the results that they could get if they were willing to pay me to help them? The answer is no. It's the same principle, right? I pay other people to help me with my business, even though I am a business expert. If you are having that struggle in your own business where you're like, well, I should know better. No, it's good for you to pay someone else to help. And guess what? You can actually use that when you're talking to someone who's stuck on the fence, who you know is your ideal client, who's saying, I know I need help with this, but I can just learn it myself. And you can be like, you know what? I totally understand that feeling. I've had that temptation. But recently, when I hired Kristin to help me with my copywriting, I was so glad that I could pay her and then get this amazing copy back that's based on these offers we came up with together. And it got me awesome, epic results. And they're like, oh, for them, that's a moment, right? Where they're thinking, they went and hired someone else. Why do I think I can skip that step? And if you are watching this right now and you're like, Kristin, I don't need to hire someone to write my copy for me. Unless you are a trained copywriter, you're skipping a step if that's what you think. You are skipping a very important step. And you don't even have to hire me. If you go listen to, I have all these videos and podcast episodes that tell you how to hire someone reputable. If you're like, Kristin, you're awesome, I just don't want to hire you, that's okay. I don't even take it personally. I'm like, cool. If you don't want to pay me and work with me, that's fine. I'm totally happy that that's what your decision is. But don't decide you're going to do it yourself. Don't DIY your business when every day you are telling other people not to DIY their businesses because you're not taking your own advice. And I do take my own advice. I go out and I hire people pretty frequently to take care of things that I am not the best at. My newest hire was I hired someone to help me with cold email outreach because I was like, I don't know how to do this. I'm just branching into cold outreach. So I went out and hired someone to help. And you know what? It feels amazing to know that someone else is taking care of this thing that I'm not the best at. And I want that for you, even if you don't hire me. So next time someone says to you, I want to learn how to do this, but I'm just going to do it myself, make sure that you're not also doing that thing to another business owner. And that way you can come back when they say that and you can be like, I just hired someone to help me with this because it's not my skill. And it was super liberating. And also, I just want to reassure you that if you are in B2B, if you are an amazing business expert and you can't figure out how to make your own business more consistent, it's okay. It's super common. And it's actually not your job to figure that out on your own. You need help, just like we all do, just like I go talk to people about my offers. I have someone else look over my copywriting for my business because we're so close to it that it's hard to know what changes actually need to be made. We're so inside of these systems that we are not 100% clear on how people looking in are going to perceive what we're saying or doing. We don't know what they're willing to pay for. We don't know what they think they need in order to fix their problem. And that's why we all need help. So next time you're feeling discouraged and you're like, I'm so frustrated with myself that I couldn't figure this out, I would love for you to extend some grace, some self-compassion, and to realize it's not my job. It's not my job to know how to do this part. I need an outside perspective. As always, I want you to know that you are amazing. I believe in you and your business story matters. And I will talk to you soon.